Welcome to episode 59 of the We Don't Know Jack podcast. We're on Zoom again. What's up, Emily?
Not much, but think about it, we're almost at 60 episodes.
We are. It's
So
crazy. It's
that's a big
been a wild year
milestone.
been a wild year and a half here. We got a
Yeah,
guest on Zoom today.
we do.
This this guest today is one of a kind, you could say.
A limited edition.
Limited edition. You can hear her giggling. Welcome to the show, Grandma Tonya.
Hey, Jack, congratulations on graduating college, buddy. You got a job yet?
Thanks.
Sorry, had to do it to you.
This is Grandma Tanya. She's I don't know if she's ever actually listened to the show, but she has been a supporter of us for
Yes.
Yes, I
I
do. I
will say
support.
I will say Grandma Tanya is neither one of our actual grandmas.
No.
Nor am I old enough to be one. I think that's clear.
True. That that would be very concerning if she was.
Yes, that would be concerning, and we would need to have a talk with me, myself, my potential children that's already made me a grandparent. No, thank you.
That would
Have
be
a whole Dr. Phil episode on it.
we
Yeah, we could.
no name dropping here, but we do know somebody that is a year or two older than you and has a grandkid.
I am not shocked by that.
You know the person I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah. Yeah. We just started calling you Grandma Tanya one day and it stuck.
Yeah, and you've got half the bar calling me that now.
So you're the first of the JP's crew to come on the podcast.
That's because I'm the well-behaved one
I don't know about that.
when I have to be.
John was in the Fry video.
Yeah.
You were supposed to be in the Fry video.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Somebody didn't show up.
At first, I thought Jack was yelling at me, but I was like, I got in a car accident that day, so I had a valid reason to not.
No, he's yelling at me.
You had a valid reason, Emily.
I
It
know.
was it was valid. I think I had to take mom to the doctor that day. I think it's because she had gout. Remember? Come on,
I remember you saying that
that's what it
a
was.
week later.
Oh yeah, when I infamously take forever and a day to answer my text messages,
You've been
I'm
pretty
aware that I do it.
you've been pretty quick today.
I have.
So
So, well, I'll go. I did not know Grandma Tanya was going to be here today. Jack texted me
at like
probably an
5:30.
hour before and said, I have a special guest.
I said surprise guest.
Surprise. Also special, though. We can call her
Yeah,
a special
I'm
guest.
I'm a special surprise guest. You don't know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Go.
but yeah, I didn't know Grandma Tanya was coming today.
You've only met Tanya once or twice, right?
I have, yeah.
A couple times.
hmm
Yeah, it's been a couple times.
I'm a part of the family now, the
Oh
JP.
yeah, you are.
Yes.
I'm technically Jack's mom.
Yeah, that's right. You
So do you want to explain this whole thing, Tanya, why we call you grandma?
are okay because somehow I ended up as John's mom. How that happened, I
Big
don't
John
know.
from the
So one
private.
day, yeah, Big John from the Fry video. So one day, he just starts calling me mom, and then it catches on. Next thing I know, I have three sons, and then was it one day last fall you pop up and you're my grandkid. So that's how that worked. I still really don't know how I got roped into it, but I answered to it.
I don't know how I got roped into it. I was just sitting there one day and Big John said, "You're my son now."
Yeah, because he decided that he needed to have a kid.
Yeah, I don't know how I got into it because I was just sitting next to Big John, and I think Jack was at the table too.
Well,
And
that's how it
Big
happened.
John,
You were
Big
sitting next
John
to
looks at
him.
me and goes, "Yeah, you're his mom now." And I go, "Okay,
Yep, that's about how it happens with him. It pops into his head, he makes it so.
I am 2 years older than her.
yeah."
Well, okay, well, John's supposed fake father, he's 2 years younger than us. So there we go. Explain to me how that one happened.
You also have a granddaughter too.
Oh, that's right, I do.
You
I,
do.
I forgot all about that.
Friend of the show, Morgan.
Oh, that's a granddaughter?
Yeah.
Yes. It
Oh,
sure,
Morgan, I
I didn't
it
guess
know
in this
sure
that.
is.
family is my sister.
Yeah, technically, yes, you would be.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, John got busy.
This just kind of happened one day out of nowhere too. It wasn't like it
Yeah,
was.
out of nowhere. Well, actually, I've been answering to mom for about 5 years now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well,
Well,
John's wife calls you mom too.
yeah,
this is
it's
the
a whole
confusing
thing.
thing.
What?
I'm Jack's mom, and Big John is Jack's dad. Yet, me and Big John are not married.
Hey,
And
that's
apparently, Jack's still somehow both of our kid, but we have never done it.
yep. This is how it happens. You just go with the flow and learn to have fun with it.
It's
Yeah.
easier that way.
Jack
What-
was not happy when I got labeled his mom, though.
You act like my mom sometimes.
Yeah, but Big John had barely knew me, and he just looked at me and goes, "Yeah, you're his mom."
John had known
Yeah,
you for all about 10 minutes.
yep.
Yeah.
Well, you happen to be sitting next to him. That's how it works with him.
Okay.
We don't
Okay.
question it.
And Morgan became the granddaughter, the daughter of John during the Fry video when it looked like John took his kids out to dinner.
Yeah.
True.
Well, and if they had beer, he paid. So that's a dad thing to do.
We were sitting at Super Smokers and he was on one side and we were on the other. And they said, "What can we get you to drink?" And we both said water. And he said, "I'll take a Busch Light." And he goes, "Oh my God, I am your dad."
Yeah, he became a dad right in that moment.
That was a fun video. We need part two of that's going to come eventually.
Oh,
At
right.
some
So we
point.
can all act like idiots all over Eureka,
Yep.
like we don't do that already.
Yeah. So Emily's only been a couple times, but trivia is like with our group anyway, it's a regular thing.
It is. It's a weekly thing. Whichever of us can make it that night, we come up. We have a whole roving team. I don't know how
Fun.
many of us there actually are.
Okay, but how many of us actually play? There's like three of us.
Yes, we have all these people, but only three of us play.
We
and
got the peanut
contribute.
gallery.
Yes,
And
that's what we've got.
there was a while where it was the full team and there was like six of my friends there every week.
Yeah, so we basically, if we wanted to, we could be two teams. We've done it before.
Why would we do that though? We have one good team.
Well, because we break it up and then we win two places.
Oh, yeah, that'd be smart.
We did do that one night.
We won this week.
Yeah,
I think
thanks to you. You contributed this week.
Yeah, Emily, I was pretty good this week at trivia.
That's good because, well, the times that I've been there, you've hosted. And I think one time we were just chilling out.
That was a
Like, we
different
didn't
that
actually play.
I know the one you're talking about. That was a different one. You and Barb hosted that one, and it wasn't regular trivia that night.
Oh, I know what that night was. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time she's been that we weren't hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did host that night. That's right.
Some days I'm either really good or I'm really bad. There's no in between.
No, sometimes I'm going to fight you in the parking lot.
Yeah, one guy comes in and goes, "Tanya's got your head on a stick out there. You better be careful because the questions were too hard."
I was just giving you a hard time.
The
Do I
question-
ever actually follow through on my threat to fight you in the
Yes.
parking lot? No.
You hit me.
Yeah, well, you had that one coming. From what I can remember, every time I've done it, you've had it coming.
Yeah, that's true, probably. Those questions, so she said, "How hard are the questions?" I said, "Not hard," because they weren't.
Okay, we're going to stick to that story.
Okay,
I see.
what type? I'll be the judge. What
Let
type
me
of
find them.
question?
Which time was it that you got so mad at me about?
What was it? Was it back in the fall that I was going to fight? I think that was it. Back in
Who
the
was I
fall.
hosting with? Morgan?
Yeah, it was Morgan.
All right.
Like, what were the type of questions?
Who
you
appeared
had?
on the most Sports Illustrated covers?
I don't know.
Exactly. This is why I was going to fight
Is
him
it
in
a
the parking
football
lot.
player?
Michael Jordan, the second greatest athlete after Bo Jackson.
Okay.
No, this is the one Morgan had a little bit of say in. Hold on. It's this one. Who replaced David Lee Roth in Van Halen?
Sammy Hagar.
Thank you.
Yeah, we did. We knew that.
What's the name of the bar in How I Met Your Mother?
I've only watched like one episode of that, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Grandma?
I didn't know then. I don't know now.
McLaren's.
Yeah, see, I got no idea.
How many time zones are in Russia?
Yeah,
Who
that's why I
the
was
hell
gonna
comes
fight
up
you.
with that kind of question?
That was why I was gonna fight you. Now I remember.
I'm
That was
gonna
the
say
first,
I'm on
that was
Grandma
the first
Tanya's
question.
side on this one.
That was the first.
Yeah. Now I remember why I was gonna fight you. That question is exactly why.
What singer was sued for plagiarizing his own song in 1985?
Yeah, I probably was gonna fight you for
85.
that one too.
John Fogerty.
Who sued him for that?
I don't know. Okay, there were some hard ones in this one. Now that I
Yeah,
look,
where did you come up
Okay.
with? Yeah, see, I was right. Thank you.
what kind of car does Doc Brown turn into a time machine?
Who doesn't know that? Come on, it's the DeLorean.
Thank you. Um, who was the first boxer to beat Mike Tyson?
Oh,
Muhammad Ali.
No,
I don't know.
yeah, I can't remember. I should
Buster
know that.
Douglas.
Jake Paul.
See, these questions were not that hard.
No, I only wanted to fight you over a couple. Now, I wasn't being unreasonable.
I think I only had one wrestling question in there anyway, too.
Yeah, no, normally you do go heavy on wrestling.
No, I usually have one.
Yeah, one that's so obscure that only somebody
Terry
who.
Bollea is the real name of who?
Oh, that's Hulk Hogan. I knew that. There we go.
What legendary professional wrestler was a catcher for the Cardinals minor league affiliate team?
Yeah, I've got no clue.
Randy Savage.
Ooh, I did not know that.
What Olympic gold medalist?
Okay, we're not turning this into a wrestling trivia
That's the last
podcast.
one.
Let's
That's the last
move
one.
on.
What Olympic gold medalist won a gold medal with a broken neck in '96?
Oh, I did know this at the time, and we talked. No, I can't think of it.
A broken freaking neck, as he says.
Who
Yeah,
says
I don't.
freaking a lot?
It's Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So Tanya's really good at trivia, but it's only like one category: serial killers.
Oh, I know more than that. Don't act. I
Okay,
have to throw in more questions. I have to. Sometimes I have to go with what's on the top of my head, which I just made myself sound really bad. Let me preface this by saying that I listen to true crime podcasts, so that's why that would be at the top of my head. All right, I'm not some psycho.
Well, that's up for.
Well, that remains to be seen too.
As of now, she is not.
Right. As of now, I haven't fought anybody in a parking lot
Yet.
yet, and when I do, it's going to be you. We don't know that.
Yeah, I know. Because these Jackie knowledge questions are too hard.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. It's Jackie knowledge.
Hey, my questions are a cakewalk compared to some people.
Yeah, this is true. Those some people that shall not be named.
They start riots.
Yes, they do.
Even the nice guys are opening the door yelling, "You're an asshole."
Right. Well, you act like there's any nice guys.
Oh, the one I'm talking about is usually pretty nice. He's dirty grandpa, but he's nice.
Yeah, yeah. This is true. They do get him going.
He was so mad the last time I was there.
Oh, he was.
He got so fed up with the awful questions.
They were awful.
Because stay home if you have problems.
Right. Well, it's and it's questions like what happened on the third Tuesday in November, 1785.
Yeah, they're awful. What happened on the third Tuesday in November in 1785, Emily?
Was that an actual question he asked?
Damn near.
Yeah, that is something he would ask.
I don't know. If it was like 1776, I'd guess like the Declaration of Independence, but I don't know. That's 1776. That's not
Right.
1785.
Right. So it's just stuff nobody would know.
Right. They're not bad questions. They're just not bar trivia questions.
No, this is stuff that you ask on Jeopardy. No, even
Right.
Jeopardy questions are easier than these.
College Jeopardy. College Jeopardy's hard.
Yeah, that would be extremely difficult.
Yeah, it's like college Jeopardy questions.
Let's be honest, me and Jack, we could not do college Jeopardy.
No, no, God, no, not from a Lindenwood
We
education.
we would have to walk off the set.
Have you ever
Right.
seen the clip? It was the Tournament of Champions, and it was Ken, James, and Brad. And Brad's score stays at 0, and James Holtzhauer says, James' score didn't change.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
seen
would
that
be
clip.
us.
Because Ken was at like 40 or 50,000, and James was at like 30 or 40,000.
Well, it's Ken. Let's face it. He's just that good.
And James is that good too.
That's true.
James is a little weird though.
Yeah.
What
But
he would do? That's all the time. He's like
yeah,
all
yeah, all that. But Ken does make a good
audio
host.
podcast. I don't know what I'm doing hand signals
Yeah.
for.
Why are you doing hand signals? Nobody's gonna see this.
Yeah. Nobody listens to this anyway.
Well, we listen to our self talk. Hey,
Yeah.
there you go.
We do.
True.
I don't watch Jeopardy much anymore. It used to be pretty good, but it's not the same without Alex.
Like I said, Ken does a solid job.
Yeah. They should have let the girl do some more episodes.
Oh yeah, she was really good.
What's her name? Maya Bialik.
Yeah,
Was
She's
she
really
the
smart
one?
too.
Was
she
she the
really
one
is smart.
on Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I met a Jeopardy host one time.
Did you? Which one?
Joe Buck.
Yeah, I don't think I know who that is.
Joe Buck, the
Oh,
announcer.
Joe Buck. Sorry, I don't know what I thought you said.
The St. Louis native, Joe Buck.
Yes, I know who that is. Never mind. Disregard.
I'm not the biggest fan of Joe as the announcer, but Joe Buck is a very nice man.
It depends on what he's announcing.
He's a lot
on
better
if I can-
football announcer than he is.
Yes,
Yeah.
on if I can stand him. It depends on what, because football I can tolerate.
He earned my respect when I met him.
Yeah, just because he just seems like a nice guy though. He does.
He was very nice. I can't say that. I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've met him a couple times, and he's a nice guy. You frozen over there?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You keep
She's
freezing
back.
up, and then it like double speeds to catch you back up.
Well, the internet's been spotty today. Well, everything's been spotty since we had that huge tornado over the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're out
Was it-
there in the middle of nowhere, huh?
Right. We didn't have power for 2 days.
So you throw everything in the fridge away?
No, I kept that cold.
You got a
It was
generator?
I've got a generator and yeah, but it was 48 hours we were without power. I thought it was going to come back on Saturday night. It didn't. They got everybody around us turned on, and if I hadn't stayed on them, they wouldn't have come Sunday morning. So it was a full 48 hours. It went out at 2 something on Friday. It was 2 something on Sunday before they got it back on.
Really?
Oh yeah, I think they got tired of me calling. Because remember how I said I know how to behave myself
Yeah.
when I have to? Well, there's also a voice that I use when I'm conducting business matters that may be a little firm.
Okay then. I don't want to see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
No. Casey's was
I
out for
don't-
2 days too.
Yeah, it was bad. There's so many fallen trees.
He was in Brentwood, and they got hit hard.
Yeah, I think we got the beginning of the tornado out here because, well, as we say, we call me a redneck. We call me a Hoosier. I opened up the front door while the tornado was coming through, and you could hear it. It sounded like a train. I said, "Oh, I think this might be a tornado. I better shut this door."
I did it too. I went outside too. It wasn't even raining here. It didn't even do anything.
And no, it didn't rain here either. That wind just came through. It blew, and it did. It
We didn't
sounded
even get
exactly
that. It
like
was
a
fine.
freight train.
It was fine here. And then Monday was worse.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it did. I forgot it did rain hard
Yeah.
Monday. 'Cause I had to drive in that. That's right, because I had to get my niece from work. Well, I thought I was going to get washed out the road because I was going to Sunset Hills. I went the back way over them little roads that do flood. I said, oh, well, I'm just going to drive in the middle of the road and hope for the best. I was white knuckling it.
See,
Yeah,
by
it was,
me, we just got a bunch of rain and then it like probably border-sized hail, and that was it. And that was maybe like 15 minutes and then it stopped.
jeez. We got this torrential downpour for like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was bad.
The power went in and out like 12 times. My alarm clock I have, it buzzes when it's not set. So every time the power come back on, I have to get up and turn the thing back on. Your friend checked in on me a couple times, Emily, because it hit Washington and she knew we lived close here.
Oh, yeah.
That was nice of her to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm actually, she's been on the show, Abby.
Yeah.
Abby checked in to make sure we were safe, which was nice of her.
That is
Well,
nice.
she was driving when the tornado hit.
On Friday or Monday?
Let's see, Friday.
Oh, jeez.
But
Ooh,
yeah,
wow,
she was
that's scary.
texting me the whole time because she didn't know, like her phone was going off, and she didn't know if it was behind her or if she was like heading towards it.
Because it hit that area. She lives where she lives
Yeah.
is over there. Yeah,
So
that side of 270.
she lives around the city area, which got
Yeah,
hit
that's
hard.
what got it the worst.
Yeah, so I was like keeping her updated, and thankfully it had already kind of hit before she got here.
Another friend of the show lives over there by the zoo.
Ooh,
Oh,
I know the zoo got it pretty bad
You've
too.
been there. You know where he lives.
yeah.
But yeah, it was bad. But it
That's
didn't do hardly anything here but rain.
Yeah.
well, that was the funny thing. It didn't even rain over here. It's
Monday it
just
did.
that wind. Oh yeah, Monday we got the rain, but with the tornado, we just got that strong wind.
Yeah. Yeah. So what when you watch the Weather Channel, when you're watching weather, St. Louis weather, which weatherman do you watch?
Well, let's see. Sometimes, well, Dave Murray was good, so I kind of stick with Channel Two now. Even when he retired, they tell it pretty well. And then if I have to in a pinch, Channel Five.
Who's
I
Channel 5? I can't think of his name.
Oh, I can't think of his name either.
I like
I
Steve
watched
Templeton on
Steve
4.
Templeton.
Yeah, I think I've actually. I think I watch him too. It
You know,
depends on.
you can read the weather by how he's dressed.
You're gonna have to explain this one.
When it starts getting bad, he takes his jacket off.
Okay.
When it gets real bad, he rolls his sleeves up. Oh, he rolls the cuffs up a little bit. When it's really bad, the sleeves are all the way up.
Well, he's got to prepare to do battle. You
Right.
know.
If you watch
Yeah.
though, like the sleeves are up to about elbow length like when he had to go in the basement while he was doing live weather, the sleeves were up at the elbow.
Oh yeah. See, I mean, those weathermen, they really get excited about the weather.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah.
they're scared too at the same time.
Right, but the worse it gets, the more kind of they get excited.
That the one that hit back in March. You remember that one?
Yeah, that one.
We were at Casey's house for that, and there was more damage inside the house than there was outside the house.
Yeah. And
Was
that
that
was
the time
before
you guys tore up the house?
Kind of.
we did not.
We did
That
not.
was Casey.
So you heard
I
about
know. I did hear about this.
when he broke the banister and put a hole in the wall,
Yes, I heard all of this.
cracked the house.
Yep.
That was
Yep.
they don't live there anymore. So
Well, it's probably a good thing.
that house was a piece of junk.
Well, it sounds like it if you could break the banister that easy.
Yeah.
You
That
gotta remember, it's a 250-pound man getting thrown into it.
This
he
is
didn't
this is
even
very true.
he didn't even like really put all of his weight into it.
He
Is
just
it really? Yeah.
he tried to tackle Dan, and Dan was like, "Nope."
And so we're not going to blame any specific brand of alcoholic beverages on this behavior.
Cuervo,
Yeah.
Yep.
Jose got him.
Okay. I was going to guess Jack.
Cuervo margarita.
Oh yeah, tequila will do it. There you
He
go.
he passed out laying down on the couch with two hands on his cup.
And that was after he
I
hit
mean,
his
you got to
head.
protect that. It's alcohol use if you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounded like maybe he needed to go to sleep.
I think he was concussed.
Oh
Well,
no, he
yeah.
definitely was.
Well, they tell you not to let them sleep. They say that, but in reality, once you make sure that they're okay, you really should because the best thing to heal them is sleep.
Yeah. Well, he
And
did.
alcohol.
Yeah, that was a wild night.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
We didn't even get hit that night.
No.
All these
No, just
Hoosiers were sitting out on the front porch watching it, but they had lawn chairs on the front porch.
again, we Hoosiers, we like to watch the storms. I cannot help this. I don't know. There might be a scientific explanation to it. Like I said, hey, it looks like a tornado. Let's open the door.
Well, we had a couple weeks ago when we had the girls on. Was it 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
A while ago.
She was talking about the storm. It was Emily, the other Emily, talking about not liking storms, and I was like, "What? You don't go outside and watch?" She goes, "Well, I do that."
Exactly. It's a whole thing.
She doesn't
It's
like driving
just
in them.
it's in our blood as people in the Midwest. I feel
Right.
like even if you're not born here, after
Yeah.
you live here for a few months and there's a storm, you feel like you gotta go out and
Yeah. You're
see
going
the
to go and you're
pain.
going to look at it.
Yeah, you got to. You got to. All right.
The only people worse about it than us are the Southerners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. They'll do anything out there. We got to take a quick break for time, real quick.
All right.
I'm gonna hop back on. I'm gonna stop this recording. We're back. I'm still not paying for Zoom. One day, if anybody wants to sponsor us and pay for Zoom for us, that'd be wonderful. But I'm not paying for it. What were we
You'll
talking about?
find somebody like you find people to pay for your food.
I have never asked somebody to buy me food.
No, but you get more free food than anybody I know.
I don't know how. I don't ask.
You do. You are always getting free food. I mean, that's a skill to admire.
I don't ask though. I've been good at this. When I worked at the gym, I was really good at getting food, and then I realized let's try to get some more tips. And I tried to get tips, and I could go buy some good food instead of like cheap leftover pizza.
Right.
I started going for the money instead of the food, and it worked a lot better.
Yeah.
I would get a lot of free cake when I worked at the gym though, for birthday parties and stuff.
Yeah.
I would tell people how good I knew what to do. I would tell people how good the cake looked, and I was like, "Oh, that cake looks delicious. Hopefully, it turned out good." And they would like, "Well, have a piece," and it would work every time.
You are, I mean, that's something to aspire to. I can't even call you a name for that. That's just smart.
I would teach the new people that too, and then I was like, "Well, do you want food or money today?" They're like, "Well, let's go for some money today," and I would teach them how to get better tips.
Well, hey, something was working.
Some days I would want dinner. Some days I would want money.
So you got to decide. Fair enough.
Some days I would do both.
There you go.
But yeah, I don't miss working there. I was there for 6 years, and I ended up managing the place. I don't miss it.
Yeah, nope, that doesn't sound like something you missed. That sounds like you just goodbye.
Being the manager was fun, but I ran a tight ship over there.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
But you know what? We got stuff done, and we were productive, and we didn't
Yeah,
waste payroll.
that's what matters.
But when I wasn't managing, oh boy, I was the king of wasting payroll when I was younger.
Oh, I'm sure you were.
But we did a lot of when I was younger, when I was like 17, 18 working there, we did a lot of dumb stuff. And then when I was managing when I was 21, 22, I ran a lot tighter ship.
Right. You're like, I know what I did. Now let's not repeat this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I mean, I got a lot of stuff done too, though. It wasn't like I was a good employee. I'm not trying to make myself sound like I wasn't, but I was a good employee there.
Yeah, you weren't the coworker that everybody hates.
No, they loved me. Well, one person hated me. She ran me out. Then they begged me to come back as
That
man.
doesn't count though.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah, I did
I
get
mean,
run out of there.
somebody that just they hate working with you because you don't do anything.
Oh, one of my buddies, he said when I left the first time, he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be weird having to actually work parties without you now." And then he's like, "Oh, wait, you don't do anything." And I was like, "Yeah, because I'm talking to parents, getting you more money." And then he said, "Yeah, you're bugging me a little bit with that." Then I saw my check, and the money was a lot better. I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Know how to get
Well,
tips."
yeah, duh.
The person that matters the most is not the birthday child. When you're trying to make money, it's the parent signing the check.
Yes, exactly. That's who you suck up to, for lack of a better term.
And
It's not the kid paying.
yep. And when people figured this out, their tips were a lot better.
Exactly.
You watch the kids, you make
Newsflash.
sure the kids are having fun, but you also got to make sure the parents are having fun. And I was the first one to pick up on that there.
Right. Because you don't want the parents to be bored and just sitting there waiting to get out. Because
Right.
that's
You don't want that. But anyway, Emily, what do we got going on in the world?
So, gonna kind of start off on I would say, little bit of a heavier note.
We also don't normally do this stuff with guests. Grandma, you're the
No,
first one to
but
get.
I do think Grandma Tanya will have an opinion on most of these.
oh, I have all kind of opinions.
No,
You having opinions? I never would have guessed.
Right. And it should scare you that I have opinions. You know,
It very much
Yeah.
does. I'm ready to edit.
I'm gonna be good, I promise, didn't I?
You said so.
she's been good so far.
Yeah.
Right. I
So,
told you I know how to control it.
first, we have movie producer Harvey Weinstein was recently on the Candace Owens show.
That's a weird combination.
That
She
is.
she has been coming out with different kind of series shows about people and conspiracy theories. It's interesting. I don't know how much of it I actually believe, but he was on there and said he was wrongfully convicted and admits that he made a pass at Gwyneth Paltrow, who was an actress he worked with, and she testified against him in court.
All right, hold on. I know the name Gwyneth Paltrow. Who is she?
She owns the company Goop.
That doesn't help acting wise.
I'm not
Shallow
exactly sure
Hal.
what she was on.
What?
She was
Let's-
mainly like, I believe, 90s.
right. She was on Shakespeare in Love.
Don't know it.
Uh, she starred with Jack Black in Shallow Hal.
Nope. Was she an Iron Man?
Yes, she's Pepper.
Okay, the wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know who she is. Anyway, continue.
He says he made a pass at her, but never sexually harassed her. He was originally arrested in 2022 for rape and sexual assault and is now serving 16 years in prison
How's he doing interviews with Candace?
through Zoom.
Oh, just like us.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not exactly like us.
So is he in Martha Stewart prison or is he in real prison?
He,
I think he's in big boy prison.
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
This
This isn't no
celebrity
Fed.
prison.
It's not a federal charge. She was in Club Fed. He's in state penitentiary.
Oh, yeah, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
So-
said, big boy jail.
So is Candace
Big
uniting
boy
the people
jail.
here again or what?
What?
Is Candace uniting the people here again like she did with that other case she was getting?
She kind of united people over the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni situation.
So if you don't know, Candace Owens is a big conservative talk show host. She was with
Right.
Daily Wire
Yes.
for a while. She's uniting the conservatives and the liberals, the Republicans, the Democrats. Everybody came together for the Candace Owens, Blake Lively stuff.
Yeah, she really deep dived into that whole lawsuit, and both political sides kind of agreed with her opinion on that.
Look at her uniting the people.
But
Yep, uniting the people because that was all crap on both their parts.
yeah, I will get into that
I
right
can tell
now.
Grandma's got an opinion here.
Yeah, I
Oh,
want to hear Grandma's opinion on this. So we've kind of covered the whole Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni lawsuit and what's going on.
Right.
And the lawyers were basically told, hey, you have to stop putting out all of this public information. But the one thing that did come out is Justin Baldoni's lawyers subpoenaed Taylor Swift, saying that she had a lot to do with everything Blake Lively was doing.
What does subpoena mean?
Basically,
It's when you get a summons to appear in court, and if
Okay.
you ignore it, you will get arrested.
yeah.
Really?
If you don't show up, they will arrest you.
Because it's called contempt of court. That's the charge that you get.
Okay. So Taylor
Well-
Swift better show up to court for her old best friend.
Taylor Swift's people came out and, well, Blake Lively's legal team said, hey, Taylor Swift doesn't really have anything to do with this. She basically gave the movie one song to use in the film.
What movie?
Other than that, she didn't have anything to do. The judge denied the original letter for the subpoena. So now Taylor Swift does not have to show up. And Justin Baldoni's legal team withdrew their subpoena.
Uh-huh.
So
See,
Taylor,
this is what I'm saying. It's fishy on all sides. What I think happened, it was a mutual thing. Then one of them turned on the other, and then the other, in an attempt to cover that up, said, "Watch this. I'm going to one up you." And so now it's a whole mess playing out all over the press.
yeah.
I mean,
Basically,
that's exactly what happened. If I had to guess,
are you a Taylor Swift fan?
I could take her or leave her.
If 22 comes on the radio, you singing along?
No, absolutely not. The stuff when she first started out, I might have listened to that, but that was high school. And that was when she was supposedly country, but she never was.
She was a low country.
Very little.
Yeah.
Here's a weird Taylor Swift fact. You know, we talked about Jeff Jarrett not too long ago, Emily,
Who's
that
that?
Emily used to work for, the
Oh, yeah.
wrestling team. She used to babysit his kids when he was starting up TNA.
Taylor Swift did?
Yeah.
Really, I thought she's just been writing songs about all of her exes and not realizing it was her fault.
She was like 13 when this happened. Do you know who Jeff Jarrett is, Tonya?
Yeah, NASCAR?
No, wrestler.
Oh, wrestling. Okay. I
He's
don't know why I went to NASCAR.
You know
No.
TNA wrestling?
Yeah, I do know that.
He founded that.
Okay.
And she used to babysit his kids.
Wow. Well, didn't she? Yeah, because no, she didn't start out till she was like 15 or 16. So,
Yeah, when
yeah.
she was
Yeah.
like 12, 13, she was babysitting the Jarretts, which is crazy. But she
that is
grew up in
crazy.
a trailer, didn't she?
Oh, well, from what I've heard, she's from Hendersonville, Tennessee, which is north of Nashville, and at least now it's a kind of a rich area.
Yeah, that she does not strike me as the type that grew up poor.
Now,
Yeah,
here's the question. This is a thing at a school. I'll have you guess what the school is. Where did her grandma go to school?
I know this.
I know it too.
I've got no idea because, like I said, this is not something I study up on.
It's a selling point for the school. I graduated from there. Emily goes there.
Oh, Lindenwood.
Lindenwood.
Yeah.
That's the thing. She went
I
there in
did
the
not know
40s
that.
or something.
What?
The 40s or the 60s or something.
I'm not sure, but I
Back
know
when it was
she
an all-girls
does
school.
have family in Missouri.
Yeah.
It
I
probably
think
would have
her
been the
aunt
60s.
lives here, I think.
I don't know.
But I know Taylor Swift does have family somewhere in Missouri. But going back to music, Tommy Lee from Motley Crue and his wife are currently separated and might divorce.
I know.
So
I know
they've
who that
been
is.
Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, Jack? You don't know Tommy Lee.
I don't know names of things.
The drummer from Motley Crue.
Back a few years ago, the whole world saw what he's packing.
I didn't.
That picture got leaked on the internet.
I didn't
Well,
see
not
that.
only leaked, he had a whole sex tape with Pamela Anderson.
Right.
Oh, that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Yes, that guy.
I've heard
So
of him.
that guy and his current wife, Brittany Furlan, currently separated. He's kind of been posting on social media about songs he's coming up with that kind of attacking her a little bit. Other people are saying they separated because Tommy Lee started drinking again and was refusing to get help.
Not because
Well,
he's making sex tapes with Pamela Anderson.
that was in the 90s
Yeah,
or early
nobody's
2000s.
making sex tapes with Pamela Anderson anymore. Have you seen her recently?
No, I
Yeah,
have
they
not.
they are no longer together,
Hold
although
on.
they do have 2 kids.
I'm looking.
But it came out that his wife was chatting with a catfish Snapchat account of Ronnie Radke.
Okay, so there's some stuff going on both ends then.
Yeah.
Again.
And Ronnie Radke is the lead singer
Oh, I
of.
know this one. I know this one. Falling in Reverse.
How do you know that, but not Tommy Lee?
Um,
Yeah, I have questions for you.
uh, I
Tommy
know
Lee's
it.
been around for like 40 years.
Who was Ronnie Radke dating for the last like 10 years?
Paige.
Paige. That's why I knew it.
Yeah.
Of
Because he
course.
was dating a wrestler and they're
Yep.
not together.
Right.
Thank you,
That's
Peter.
that's how he knows
Allegedly.
that.
Well, she was chatting with his Snapchat account, who he claims was not him. And he basically came out in a TMZ interview that he got the FBI involved to figure out who this catfish account is.
Oh
Ronnie
boy.
Radke is also the reasons rock bands couldn't play at Six Flags anymore.
Why?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Started a
Oh,
riot.
Yeah, it's kind of
that's why
ignorant.
we've got that amphitheater out at Six Flags sitting there unused.
Some people are saying it wasn't Tommy Lee's drinking, it was her flirting with this account that caused the separation. But she did post a long video on TikTok showing messages between her and the real Ronnie Radke of him saying he has a team investigating how much she's been liking his photos. And her defense to that was that him and Tommy Lee are friends and she supports all of his friends. She basically came out with all of these receipts.
So there's an investigation going on into this catfish.
Yeah, because
Steve Stallman a part of this?
Ronnie Radke says it's not him and he wants the FBI to figure out who is running this account.
Okay, so not only are you trying to cheat, you're getting catfish while trying to cheat.
Is,
Pretty much.
is Neve Schulman a part of this?
Who?
The guy from Catfish?
No.
Neve?
I don't even know if that show is on
It
anymore.
is.
Oh, well, it's not getting my viewership.
Gets mine. I love that show.
That is something you're watching. You're rotting your brain on that when you could be watching perfectly good movies that you need to watch.
I like Catfish. Oh, you know what's a good show, Tonya? You might like. You like those crime shows?
Yeah.
High Potential with Caitlin Olsen.
Oh, yeah, that does look good.
It's really good. I watched all of it one day on accident.
On accident.
Well, I had a day off, and I've told the story on here before. I had a day off, and I just sat down and whoops, I looked up, and it was midnight. And I watched 13 episodes.
Well, it happens to us all.
Yeah, It's Always Sunny gets me the best like that, where I'll look up and I watch
Oh
four
yeah,
episodes.
I'll be like, how did I just watch 2 whole seasons?
Those episodes are 17 minutes long. It's not hard to
I know
watch.
it's not
Yeah.
hard to do. Although the first one without Danny DeVito, he does make it better.
He's annoying, but it's good annoying.
Yeah, the stuff that he does on that show, like who picks their toes with a knife?
Have you ever seen the one where they have the arbitrator over the lottery ticket?
Oh
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
That's funny.
and then
Charlie Day is my favorite.
oh yeah, oh he is ridiculously funny.
You ever seen the movie Fist Fight?
Yeah, I think I did.
Tim
Yeah,
and Ice Cube, and they're both teachers.
yeah, I've seen.
He's in that. Horrible Bosses is great.
I
Oh,
love
that
that
is
movie.
great.
Jennifer Aniston's in that one.
Yep.
Hmm.
She's she's sex crazed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's a dentist.
Isn't
she's
she
a
always
dentist.
sex crazed and everything she's in though?
No.
No, I mean, in We're the Millers, she starts off as a stripper, but then they just make like a fake family to do this drug deal.
So that
Yeah.
movie is on probably once a week in this house. It's on TV somewhere, and my
And
stepdad.
I watch it every
I don't
week.
think I've ever actually sat down and watched it.
It's
How have
so
you not
good.
done that?
You know what other movie is on in this house every other day?
What?
Tommy Boy.
That's
That's
a
a
good
classic.
movie too.
I've
That is
seen
a
it.
classic, though.
My stepdad quotes the damn thing.
Oh, that's with me in certain movies. I don't care what it is. If I flip the channel and it's on, I'm watching it. I don't care
Yeah.
what point in the movie it's at.
That
I'm watching
movie,
the rest of it.
That movie for me is Grown Ups 2 or Grown Ups 1, either one.
Yeah, those are
If
good.
that if that movie comes on, I'm watching it.
Those are really good movies. Say what you
What
will about
other
Adam
movie?
Sandler, he's gotten hell for it.
What other movie are you gonna see? Grown Ups 2. You're gonna see Adam Sandler and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Shaq beating up Taylor Lautner.
No other movie.
Exactly. That's why it's so great.
Because honestly, the kid was annoying for a while.
Sandler.
Yeah, freaking. If I never see anything about Twilight, it'll be too soon.
Oh, Taylor Lautner, not
Yeah,
Sandler.
yeah, not Sandler.
I've
No.
never seen Twilight.
Oh, lucky you. My
I've never
grandma
watched
was
it.
obsessed with those damn movies.
I've never seen The Hunger Games either.
Those were all right.
I
But
like Jennifer Lawrence though. I like her a lot.
yeah,
Yeah, but that's not like the Jennifer Lawrence you like.
I like all Jennifer Lawrence. I'm not picky.
you're not picky, huh?
If that's what you want to call it.
I had a teacher,
Oh,
Emily knows who I'm talking about, and I won't say his name, in college. He was arguing with me. You know that movie she was in last summer, No Hard Feelings?
yeah.
That movie was far and away better than Barbie.
Okay, yeah.
And I was arguing with him about it. This is in front of the whole class. There's probably 20 people in there, and I know all of them. He goes, "You only like that movie because she's naked in it."
Oh, he did not say that in a room full of people.
Yep, he did. And I said, regardless of that, it's a great movie.
Oh God. There, see what I say about my filter? It does work when I engage it. Even I wouldn't have said that in a room full of people.
So if another one of our professors had said that, you know, the one that we like a lot, the production one, Emily,
Yeah.
if she had said that, I would have laughed hysterically.
Everyone would have laughed.
But this was not the guy that could say something like that.
No,
No.
you got to be. You can't just get away with that.
Some people can. He
I'm
can.
one of those people.
And I was not, I mean, I thought it was funny when he said it, but I was like, really? You got to call me out in front of the whole class like that?
Uh,
Well, is that the reason you liked it?
I mean, I wasn't, it's not going to hinder it.
it
It
didn't
definitely
hurt.
helped. What? What'd you say?
I said it didn't hurt.
It didn't hurt. No.
It
And you know
added.
what? It actually, a lot of this naked scenes in movies, they don't contribute anything to the movie. In this scene, it actually did because it solidified her as a crazy person.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you can play crazy well, that's when you know you can act.
Well,
I
beating up a bunch of college kids naked on a beach really kind of helps your case.
Yeah, it does.
I didn't know she had like two kids.
She has kids.
Yeah,
I
she's
didn't
married and
know
has
that.
like two kids.
She's married.
Yeah,
I
she's married.
yeah.
Huh. Guess
I
I'm not
didn't
that big
know
of
that
a
She
kids.
fan.
was at uh, a film festival recently, and I don't have this written down, but she was at a film festival for some new movie she's in, and someone asked her what it's like having kids and how that like changed her perspective on life.
Didn't stop her from doing naked scenes in movies
No, well, I don't. When did No Hard Feelings come out?
2 years ago.
Okay, well, let's be honest. In that naked scene, it didn't look like she had kids.
No, it didn't.
Right.
So let's see how many. Let's see.
I didn't know she had kids.
I didn't know it either, Jack. This is news to me.
Well, she keeps it pretty quiet because I didn't know she was even married.
She's a Hoosier
But
too.
Oh yeah.
let me see if. Okay, she had one kid in 2022 and had another one earlier this year.
So it must have been right before that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of that.
She's a like full Hoosier. We may have talked about this on here last week. I don't remember, but yeah, she's a complete Hoosier.
She's from Kentucky.
Yeah,
Oh, yep. That explains it right there. I say no more.
there's a clip with a girl from the other girl, the kid from the Hunger Games on Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, and they said, "What'd you learn from working with Jennifer Lawrence, like acting wise?" She goes, "I learned how to pee outside."
Okay, yeah, I would ask if she was worse than me, but the answer to that is no.
And there's another one where she's on, I think Corbin or Colbert, one of those fools. And there's a
Yeah.
picture up. It's her and her mom. And she goes, "You know the funny thing about that picture is I'm peeing in the backyard behind my mom."
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yep. I can't say anything about that.
So I do have another thing written about another famous Jennifer.
Jennifer
The
Garner.
no,
Oh,
Tanya, you want to take a guess?
Oh, which Jennifer are we gonna get? Well, just mentioned Jennifer Aniston.
No, we got Jennifer Lopez.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna guess Love Hewitt.
No.
Why would you
How
guess
can
her?
you
I don't even
skip
know who that
over
is.
Lopez and go to Hewitt?
I don't even
I
know who
don't even.
Jennifer Love Hewitt is.
Okay, I need to educate you on some things.
Yeah,
Boy, I don't know how you made it this far in life.
top of my class, buddy.
I know, top of your class too. So I'm gonna have to fill in what that didn't.
Yeah, she's gonna have to fill in the gaps.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
But
fill the gaps here.
the American Music Awards are May 26th, next Monday, and Jennifer Lopez is hosting. Artist of the Year category is Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, Morgan Wallen, Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, Chappell Roan, and Kendrick Lamar.
I got something.
What?
Is
Yeah,
Ariana Grande on drugs?
Probably. Honestly, probably everyone on here is.
right.
But,
I mean, ask who isn't. That's a better question.
yeah,
Well, she looks completely different than she did 2 years ago.
the other people nominated are Post Malone, St. Louis's own SZA,
Hmm.
Zach Bryan. Those are the other people nominated for that category.
I'm gonna pick Sabrina Carpenter.
I think, I don't know. It feels like every year Taylor Swift just wins every.
Right.
She didn't do anything this year.
No, she
It
really
doesn't
didn't.
matter. She's
But she does
nominated.
win.
How about Jelly Roll? Let's let him give a speech again or something.
He is nominated in a country category. I do know that.
Is he even really country?
He's
Uh,
more country than
yeah, he's more country
let's
than
just
anything.
say, let's just skip to the country category. I know
Oh,
both of you are gonna love this.
hold
Okay.
Female
on. Hey,
country.
hold on. Is Cowboy Carter in this? I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh, I will
She
go
is
off on the whole
nominated,
thing.
and Cowboy Carter is nominated in a few
That
categories.
song sucks. This ain't
That,
that.
No, the whole album is
yes.
nominated, not just the one song.
Oh,
Well, that's the
help us.
best one, and that one sucks.
Help us. That does not need to be nominated. That is absolutely not
And you
country.
know what?
Beyonce
You know
herself.
what? It's gonna win too
It will win.
Yeah.
in a
Thing is,
landslide.
Beyonce herself is nominated for Female Country Artist of the Year.
Oh, oh.
And
You
you
know who
know
it
for a
probably
That's
should
fact
a
be?
she's
joke.
gonna win.
It probably should be Kelsey Ballerini
Yeah.
I think she is nominated
or
for that.
Lainey or who's
Lainey
the,
Lainey
Wilson.
Wilson is nominated.
it should be
That's who it
Lainey
should
or it
be,
should be
but
Kelsey.
you'll see who wins.
Yeah,
Not the one that should win.
Absolutely
that's
not.
usually how it goes.
I don't know much about either one of them, but I think Kelsey Ballerini should win.
Because they're actually more country, let's
Well, they
say. They're
are.
more country than Beyonce.
Yeah. Oh, we lost Tanya. But
Tanya freaked out
They
so
didn't decide.
much.
I did. I had to engage the filter, so I didn't say the first thing that popped into my head.
So
Yeah.
I
So
do have
I said enough.
I do have one more music thing, and if we want to rant about this Beyonce thing, we can go back to that.
we gotta take a break soon here.
This is only going to take a minute. So, who is a fan of the Foo Fighters?
Me.
Jack?
I maybe know one song.
Okay, so maybe Tanya.
Yeah, maybe.
But their newest drummer, Josh Freese, got fired from
Huh, I
the
wonder
Foo
what it was.
Fighters.
Hmm.
And he said, quote, this is what the Foo Fighters said to him. They said they're going in a different direction with our drummer.
They need to put the kid in there.
Josh Freese has played in so many other bands. He is what they call a hired gun. Basically, if a band needs a drummer for just session in the studio or on tour, they hire him, pay him to play. Then he's done once they don't need a drummer anymore. They basically didn't give him any other reason besides that they're going in a different direction. He said he's shocked and has never been let go by a band that he's worked with.
They need to put the kid in there.
The kid might be too young.
He's getting close though. He's about 18.
And I don't really know if he would want to replace his dad.
He looked exactly like his dad at that tribute show.
Looks wise, no, but the way he played,
That's what I'm
yeah.
talking about. Is he looked identical to his dad playing the drums.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about, Tonya?
No, I don't know who you're talking about.
The drummer's kid that died, the guy that died, his kid.
Taylor Hawkins.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now I
Shane.
know who we're talking about.
Shane plays the drums exactly like his dad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but then it's got to be said, why would he want to drum with those old men?
True.
Well, it's Dave Grohl. Wouldn't you want to drum with Dave Grohl?
Okay, yeah, who wouldn't? This is true too, but still,
I
maybe
mean,
he wants.
to Shane though, that's probably just Uncle Dave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but you gotta think about, do you really want to live? You would have to live up to your dad's legacy in
Right.
that.
You
Really
would
good.
always be in that shadow.
Yeah.
Oh, while we're talking about music, before we take this break, Tanya, I got to ask you a question. This is the most important question we're going to ask you today.
Okay.
What is the greatest guitar solo of all time?
Okay, let's think. Let me give this thought here. All right. This is probably going to be expected from me. I got to go with Freebird.
Yes,
Got to. It's Freebird.
it's Freebird.
Hands down. No question.
Do you
It's
remember
Freebird.
in the Four Nations tournament, every time USA would score, they would play it right at the start of the guitar solo, and that building would go nuts.
Yes.
That was awesome.
That is an awesome song. If you don't hear that song and something doesn't just hit you, there's something wrong with you.
You remember the last time we went to Honky Tonk with friends of the show, Brooklyn and Eric?
Oh yeah.
Drunk I was singing Freebird.
Be over.
Were you? It was so loud in there. I didn't know what
Yeah.
anybody was doing.
Okay,
But
you haven't been drunk until you got drunk and sang Freebird.
I've done it twice.
Yes, I've done it multiple times.
I got stupid drunk with Casey and my buddy one night. We were doing Rumplemans.
Oh,
And
thank you.
my friend's girlfriend was driving us home. We're in the back seat. You know, we're not small individuals.
Right.
I'm in the middle. I got my arms up on both of them, and we're singing Freebird, but we're not singing the song. We're singing the guitar solo.
Okay, yeah, that's questionable. That might be a war crime. I'm just saying.
We were drunk on Rumplemans.
I mean, if it sounds
Which is
good,
also
it's
a war
okay.
crime. Rumplemint is not for the faint of heart.
I forgot my name the first time I had Rumplemans.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, war crime.
Yeah, some stranger bought me Rumplemans one night.
I mean, if we're being honest, there are certain levels of shit that people do when they're drunk that shouldn't be done. And that should be crimes. That you are in timeout and not allowed to drink again until you learn not to behave that way.
Why can't we sing Freebird?
You can sing Freebird. I'm not against that. You cannot do it so terribly that it becomes a war crime.
Yeah.
We didn't. We sang it word for word or note for note. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, just by that, it is a war crime.
That was.
You
Right,
just
that's what we're
committed
calling
one.
them now.
But
That's
it's
what
like,
we're calling it. When you do
you know, when
stupid stuff,
Skinner
they're
comes
war
on.
crimes.
You know when Skinner comes on here,
Yep.
you get excited.
You do. It's Skinner. You got to get excited over Skinner. You really
The band at the bar that night was playing Skinner. I walked out of the bathroom from the downstairs, and I walk upstairs, and I hear and I went running.
Yep.
Like it's Skinner.
That's what you call a redneck call.
What?
That's a redneck mating call.
Yeah. I mean, Skinner, it's going to get all of us in a 5-mile radius.
Yeah,
It's not
really.
going to be one redneck. It's going to be all of us.
We gotta take a break.
All right.
We're back. I hate Zoom. I really wish we were in person. This would be the one to have in person too.
Right. And as I've kept my promise, I think I've been pretty good.
We can do one in person sometime.
Yeah, we should.
I have equipment.
We should. It would be a mess. We'd have to make sure John's not around.
Well, we were gonna do one with you and John one time.
Oh, again, that's gonna be a mess. You know, I can behave on my own. Behaving with John is not an easy feat.
For that one, I may have to put in the rule no alcohol.
You might not even be able to upload that one.
Yeah, that one might just be for personal use.
Or or no alcohol. I think it can be fine with no alcohol.
Yeah, it could be.
Because he behaves until there's alcohol.
Well, no, he behaves until there's an abundance of alcohol.
That's
Because, like
true.
I told you, his baseline is drunk. It's when he's super drunk that the bad behavior comes out.
That's true. Apparently, he was super drunk at my birthday.
Oh, he's super
He
drunk a lot of
behaved then.
Yeah, well, yeah. Apparently, he went home and peed in a bag.
times.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was after, because I was sitting next to him and most of the night and he behaved.
He was drinking whiskey. It kicked in when he got home.
Oh, yeah, the whiskey. Yeah, he shouldn't be. Yeah, fun stories are what happens when me, him, and Leroy go on unsupervised adventures together.
Oh God. Oh, tomorrow I am PA announcing for Leroy's 11-year-old baseball team.
That is going to be hilarious.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Oh, speaking of announcing, I'm calling Glory Pro this weekend too.
What
Me,
day?
Saturday and Sunday on High Spots. Me and Doug. I don't know Doug all that well, but he's a nice guy.
Who's on the wait, is it Bill
Our
Card,
card,
Logan
yeah,
Paul?
Shaza, Laney, Warhorse, Moses, Tootie, all our friends. New guys. New guys are still tag champs.
Sounds fun.
I don't think we ever talked about the weird connection we have with the new guys, have we?
I think we have.
So we interviewed this tag team, Tonya,
Uh huh.
and then I found out it's my best friend's girlfriend's old stepbrother.
Wow. That talk about, small world, man.
Right? And last time I saw him, I was like, "Hey, you know this person?" And he goes, "Yeah, I know her. How do you know her?" I was like, I told him, he's like, "Yeah, her dad was married to my mom."
Wow. That is strange coincidence.
And now that kid is got so much potential.
Yeah, you really good wrestler.
He's really, really good. He's 20 or 21. He's young.
Yeah.
He's young and he is going to be a superstar one day.
Oh, no doubt.
He is going to be mad. He's only been doing it 2 or 3 years, but he's really, really good.
Yeah.
He does the flippy shit.
Oh, yeah, that stuff.
And his tag team partner, Scotty, he's really good too.
Yeah, that's the stuff that gets you on TV.
Yeah. They wrestled the Hardys. You know the Hardys?
Yes, I know the heart. Of course I do.
They wrestled the Hardys about 3 months ago.
Okay, again, what kind of self-respecting redneck could I be if I never saw WWE?
That's true. If you didn't know Jeff Hardy, I think there'd be a real problem if you're going to call yourself a redneck and not know Jeff.
Right, there would be a real problem that I could not deal with. Come on, I'd take my own redneck card for that one. If, like that would be as bad as if I said I've never watched NASCAR.
I'm not an NASCAR. I'm not that redneck. I'm not nearly as redneck as you are.
No, nobody is. Like I said, limited edition, remember?
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many like me in this world. And
No,
if
there's
there
not.
that would not be good.
There's
That'd be
there's nobody
terrible.
like you, really.
No, wouldn't be terrible. I'm just saying I can't deal with one of me. I don't need there to be more. Hey,
Yeah,
I'm to what I am.
that's
There we
true.
go.
You own it. There would be a problem if you hadn't watched NASCAR before.
There would be.
So
Exactly.
I think I can name 3 NASCAR drivers.
Oh, and they're all retired, probably.
Dale
go.
Sr., Dale Jr., and Danica.
Yep, there you go. All retired or dead
What's wrong with a lot of people don't like Danica?
because she's a woman. No, honestly, that is what it amounts to.
I hear it's because she was a terrible driver.
Well, that could have something to do with it too.
Yeah. But I got down a wormhole at Dale Jr. one night.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's not one of those wormholes that you go down.
I learned that Teresa is a horrible person.
Yep.
Dale's wife, Dale Senior's
Oh,
wife.
absolutely terrible.
She's awful.
Yeah,
She ruined DEI.
she did.
Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, not
Oh, she
diversity,
ruined it.
equity, and inclusion.
Yeah, she ruined it. She. Oh, I've read some stuff too.
She's awful. You know the brother, Dale's other kid, Carrie.
Yeah.
The first time, so he was on Dale Jr.'s podcast one day. This was I got down a deep wormhole at like 3 o'clock in the morning one day. The first time he went to the house to meet him, he knocked on the door and he said, the lady wasn't very nice that opened the door. And Dale was like, "Who was it?" He was like, "Who do you think it was?" It was Teresa.
Right. Yeah, I do. I remember reading something about that.
She was rude to Carrie,
Yeah, I know.
and she sent Dale away to boarding school
Yep.
and sent the sister away too.
Well, wasn't there another brother in there
I don't know.
that was like really young when Dale Senior died?
Maybe I don't know Dale. I don't know NASCAR at all. I just know.
Huh. I know what I read.
Yeah, I've seen what I've seen on Dale's Clips podcast page occasionally
Yeah.
when it pops up on my YouTube feed. But Dale seems like he's a nice man.
Yeah.
Dale Senior probably was not a very nice man.
No, probably not.
He married Teresa, so if that tells you anything.
That tells you all you need to know.
Do you know much about Teresa, Emily?
No, I barely know anything about Dale.
You know Brian, right?
Yeah.
Goofy Brian. I was talking to him one day. Our buddy's a NASCAR fan, and I said, "Is Teresa just the worst?" He goes, "He's the devil."
Oh, okay. Yep, that tells you all you need to know.
Like, okay. All right, I said, "Is he the worst?" He goes, "Yes," very aggressively.
Yep.
We'll
You
probably never
got
see that guy again, Emily.
He's usually not around, so I don't know. I might see him maybe one time,
Yeah, he didn't graduate.
but other than that, probably not.
I think he works at somewhere near the school.
He does.
Okay, I'm right on that. All right, Tanya, we got a game we play with everybody.
all right.
So we call this game the Taste of the 314.
Okay.
Do you know how to blind rank things?
To what?
Blind rank things.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
so. Explain it to me, kid.
So I'm gonna give you 5 things, and you're gonna blindly rank them 1 to 5. Wherever you put it at the start, you leave it there without knowing what comes next.
Okay.
All right, and this is gonna be all St. Louis food.
Okay.
You ready for this,
I'm ready.
Emily? You might want to write this down
Okay.
because I know if Tanya tries to switch to her notes app on her phone, she's gonna screw up the Zoom call somehow.
Right. I'm gonna screw something up. Let's not play with fire.
I'm impressed we've made it this far.
Exactly.
All right, we're gonna start with Ted Drew's ice cream.
Ooh, Ted Drews. Let's see. We gotta give Ted Drews a solid 3.
Mhm. I think I've only had it once or twice.
Yeah, that's a solid 3 at least.
It's good stuff, though. It really is good,
It
guys.
is. It is delicious. It really, really is.
It's good stuff. How about pork steak? I know you like pork steak.
Of course, I like pork steak. Let's see. Oh, that's
See,
a 4.
this might be the first person we've had in a long time that's gonna like all 5 of these.
Yes, that is a 4. Come on,
Four
I
at
make
the
a mean
bottom.
pork steak.
She's ranking it wrong.
You're ranking
Oh,
it
what you
wrong.
got me doing?
1 is the best, 5 is the worst.
Oh, okay. Explain that to me. I told you to explain it to me. I'm
That was
ridiculous.
common sense. 1's the best, 5's the worst.
Okay.
So 2?
2. Yes, that's what I meant. You knew what I meant. Come on.
Yeah, I figured it out.
I knew what I meant. My brain's
How about gooey butter?
okay. That I am going to have to put it a 4. It is great. It is delicious. But if you eat too much of that crap, you're going to feel like you're going into a diabetic coma. I know because I've done it.
Emily, did you get any of the gooey butter cake at the party on Saturday?
Yeah, me and Ella split it.
It was phenomenal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
My
Oh, yeah,
grandma
like
made
I
that.
said,
Did you have
it's
any of it?
delicious. No, I didn't have anything.
It was incredible gooey butter cake. It was some of the best gooey butter I think I've ever had. It was really good.
Yeah, like I said, it's good, but when you don't control yourself and you eat too much of it, you might feel like you're down a little bit.
Yeah. All right, you got 2 left. You got 1 and 5. We're gonna go
Okay,
with
I got 1 5.
St. Louis style pizza. So like Emos, Cecil Whitaker's,
Oh,
JP's.
man, I've got to do this without knowing. Huh.
I think you can figure out what's coming next.
Okay, I got to go with the one on the pizza. The emos, man, pepperoni and bacon. Oh, that never doesn't hit the spot.
I like
It,
hamburger and bacon.
yeah, it is just a great pizza.
So what do you think is left?
Okay, we went. It's toasted ravioli. It's got to
It's
be.
toasted ravioli. Where you got to put that at 5.
I got to put that at 5, and they're
You are
all
the
good.
first one
So
ever. We've had 40 people play this game.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever put that at 5.
well, you know, all the other stuff is kind of better.
I
And I
would
love toasted raviolis,
I
but
would move everything down 1.
all right, fair.
Well, gooey, but my list is a little different than that.
Well, yeah, if you moved everything down 1, gooey butter would be at 5.
Well, that's kind of our thing. That's our most viewed stuff.
Yeah, I mean, now there's other stuff that we got. We got red hot riplets, which is just supposed to be
Oh,
hot
I
barbecue
forgot
sauce.
about that.
Oh, I mean, those are phenomenal too.
We're
I'm
gonna have
not
to
even.
add that, Emily.
Oh, add that in.
We're gonna do 6 from now on.
See, okay. See, this is what you get when you invite the black redneck on the podcast. I bring up the hot chips. And I can say what I just said. Nobody else better because I know how it sounded. And that was the first and only out of pocket thing I have said.
Jack's dying laughing.
Yeah, I don't think Jack's
He's
gonna
got
make
that
it.
he's got that silent laugh going.
Yes, I think he's having an episode.
I didn't expect you to say that.
Yeah, I said it. You know I say it.
Yeah, I just didn't expect it there. It just caught me off guard.
I said it.
What are the other St. Louis foods you can think of that we could add to this list? We're gonna have to play it differently from now on.
What else do we have?
I don't like red hot riplets. I can't. You know, I can't handle spice
I know you can't handle spice. I know you can't.
or wings in general.
Let's see what else do we have around here. Okay, you got anything that's on the hill.
I've never been to the Hill.
Where's that bakery? They make the best bread and stuff. It's
Paschetti's.
no, it's Fazio's.
Paschetti's has the best bread.
Okay, well I'm just saying they make fresh baked bread and they send it out to different stores around
They
the city.
do.
Oh, while we're on the topic of food, Emily, we've argued about this all semester, all year, really.
We have?
Me and you have argued about this a lot.
Okay.
What do you got?
If you have a singular grilled cheese,
Okay.
just a grilled cheese, not tomato soup, not ham and cheese, not any of that. What do you put? Like 4 pieces of cheese on there? 5 pieces of cheese?
How much cheese are you trying to put on one sandwich?
3 pieces of cheese?
1 or 2? You are going overboard.
Okay, you
Yeah.
put a handful of pieces of cheese in there and you grill it. Grilled cheese, bread, cheese, bread. That's it. Is that a
Right.
snack or a meal?
Okay, sandwich by itself is a snack.
Thank you.
I think it can, like, just for lunch, it can be a meal.
Oh, like I
Not
said,
a
it depends.
singular grilled cheese.
No, it becomes a meal when you add chips or soup or fries or something.
Or 2 of them.
But
Right,
see,
or-
for
well, one of
me,
them, yeah.
someone of my size, that would be a meal.
Okay, that's also a fair point.
I disagree still.
But also, Jack will have a full dinner, and then after, he will get another, like, grilled cheese and
Yeah.
call it second dinner.
Right, I'm aware of Jack's eating habits. Don't think I'm not.
Hey now.
Hey, now, when you tell me, oh, go see what they've got for dessert.
It was good. I had red velvet cake last week.
Yeah, you had red velvet cake, you had cookies. You get
I'm
somebody,
sorry, I like to indulge in desserts.
right? You get somebody that works there to split their employee meal with you.
I didn't do that on purpose.
I know. I just like to give you a hard time.
That was
about it.
genuinely, if I had thought about that in the moment, it would have been genius. I didn't. I
Right.
just thought, I'm sort of hungry. Hey, let's get a pizza. Okay, and the girl was my sister's like best friend at the time too, so I knew her. It wasn't like it
Okay,
was just
okay, that makes it more acceptable.
yeah. It was. I sent you. You know who I'm talking about. She was really good friends with my sister, so I knew her.
Right.
She spent the night at my house a million times. We were friends, so I said, "Hey, you want to split a pizza? Sure, okay." And I was like, "What do I owe you? $8?" And she's like, "No, I get the employee discount. You owe me 4. You don't even worry about it. I got you."
Oh, see,
But I
you
paid her
do
though.
have,
I paid her.
yeah, I know, but you do have the quality of being able to get free food. It is like a gift that you have. You get more free food than anyone I have ever met.
On Saturday after my graduation party, I got there and somebody said, "Here, have some of this pizza." And I said, "Okay." And then he gave me the rest of it. And then somebody else came over and said, "You want these raviolis? They're a little cold." I said, "Okay." And I ate that. And I had dinner.
Yeah, that was dinner,
Hmm.
which that could also just be considered a snack too,
I would
though.
agree.
Yeah,
Okay, calling something dinner and calling something a meal are two different things.
this is true. Yes,
And second dinner is usually a lot lighter than first dinner.
unless I'm really, really hungry, then second dinner I'm going to go just as hard as I went on first dinner.
Right. Sometimes, you get a second plate of food. Is that second dinner too, or is that getting
No,
some
that's just
food?
having a second
No.
helping.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we considering second dinner then?
Second
Second
dinner,
dinner would
you got
be
to
like
wait,
something different from what you ate
Okay.
first dinner.
How
and
long
there
in
has to
between?
be a time lapse for it to be second dinner.
45 minutes?
Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour, I'd say.
Okay, well then I would get at school. Some days I would get a meatball sub or something for lunch, or a pizza or a Chick-fil-A sandwich or whatever I'd get in the dining hall, and then I go back up and get a grilled cheese. It would
Okay.
come with fries, but I didn't really eat the fries because they weren't very good most of the time.
Yeah, we don't have
But if
time
they
for
were
fries. I don't
good, you
think.
would eat
They
them.
were good, I would have eaten them, but they weren't, so I didn't. So that becomes a snack because I didn't eat all the fries.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I had a couple fries, and then I realized they weren't very good, so I didn't eat them all.
Right. No, nothing is worse than bad fries.
Oh, you're telling me. You
Is
want to talk
how do you
about
mess up
bad?
a fry?
The
That's what I would like
heartburn,
to know.
the heartburn I had after the fry video.
The heartburn. You got heartburn from. What did they do? Did they have a little spice on them, Jack? You know I got
No,
to.
I ate 15 different kind of fries with 15 different kinds of grease.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. And in some places now they use that beef tallow, and some people are allergic to that.
I had heartburn. It was a painful next couple days. It hurt, and I take heartburn medicine as it is.
Right.
I got to call and deal with the insurance company on that. I forgot to refill it.
Oh, yeah. Being an adult sucks.
A good thing is omeprazole is over the counter, so I can go
Yeah,
get.
you can grab that over the counter.
I have some. I just have to go fight with the insurance company to get it to Express Scripts now instead of Walgreens.
Oh, that's fun. When you have to change pharmacy, and then that's all the big
Yeah.
hassle.
Well, I had to change my pharmacy to school, so I didn't have to come all the way out to Eureka to get pills.
Right. You don't want
But
to have
there's
to
a
do
Walgreens
that.
in walking distance.
Right now, you got to change it all back.
Yep. I did it already. It's not hard. I get 2 prescriptions, but it's just annoying.
It's they make it more difficult than it has to be.
When it says Dorset Road instead of Fifth Street,
Yep.
the corner of 109 and Fifth Street, you know how the automated message says?
Yeah.
You don't live in Eureka, but
Well, I basically live in Eureka. I
so
don't.
how did you end up? You don't live in Eureka. You live 20 minutes outside of Eureka. How'd you end up coming to JP's all the time?
Uh, have we never discussed how I'm related to half of Eureka?
No, we haven't.
Yeah, I'm related to a lot of people in Eureka. That's
Really?
how. Yeah.
Like actually related, or like how you're my grandma?
No, actually related. This is not how I became your fake grandma. Like I said, that I still don't know how that happened. And what's
John is
great,
how it happened.
yeah, what's great is we're all supposed to be family, and John towers over all of us.
Yeah, because you're not very tall.
Oh, not at all.
How tall are you? 5'3"?
5'4". Yeah, on a good day, I'm 5'4".
Emily's short too. She's part of the family.
I'm
Yeah,
5'2".
yeah. So it's John. We got to figure out what happened with him.
Oh, Vicky's a part of the family now.
How did this happen?
Yesterday, she said, "I'm your mom." To you.
Oh, that's right. She did say that to me. She absolutely did say that to me.
And
Okay.
I'm sure sooner or later, Lauren's going to be a part of it.
Yeah, sooner or later.
She
I'm
comes outside.
surprised it hasn't happened yet.
She doesn't come outside enough.
Oh, well, she started coming outside a lot more. She's migrated out there.
Good. Well, she works usually.
Well, she does work.
Yeah, she works there.
Yeah, but when she gets off not long after trivia starts.
How did I end up on you guys' team outside?
I don't know.
Because
That's what I ask myself all the time. How did we get Jack?
so I don't really know what happened. I used to play by myself.
Yeah,
I used to sit at the bar and play by myself. And I would play with whatever riffraff was sitting up there.
right, which is always a mismatch of people.
We got third place a couple times.
Yeah,
It was usually whoever was helping. You know the person I yelled at the one night?
yeah,
I played with her one time and we got second.
yeah. You two were just. Oh yeah, you had the vendetta against each other for a while.
I didn't have a problem with her. She didn't like me.
I know she got mad at you. See, that was
I put
another
her in her
person that
place.
wanted to fight you in the parking lot.
Yeah, if anybody's gonna fight me, it was her that night.
Yeah, it was her.
She was
I joke
livid.
about it. She really would have.
Well, I'll tell the story. I don't know if I told the story on here.
I feel like you have.
We've done so many episodes. I don't know what we talked about, but I got into it with the lady one night. I was hosting trivia and she was yapping at me. And it was with Jenna, a friend of the show, Jenna. Have all my friends been on this show?
Pretty much.
Have I met most of your friends at trivia? I think so.
Yeah, you have. You've met the yeah, you have. Yeah, you don't help either when you
I
say
don't help. I know I don't help because I tell you, oh, you got another one.
yeah. A lot of my friends are girls, which you guys can tell if you listen to the show enough. A lot of the guests we have are girls that I'm friends with, or you're friends with, or that have become my friends.
Yeah.
Tonya, I'm not dating any of them. Me and Emily are not together. Me and any of
I
them, we're not
understand that.
together.
That doesn't mean I'm not going to give you a hard time.
None of us are. I'm not with any of them. I am single. Grandma, I walk in with Emily. I said, "Hey, this is Emily. I don't know if you met her before. I do a podcast with her." And she says, "Oh, he brings so many all around here. I don't know who's who."
Was that grandma that said that?
Yeah, who else
It
would say that?
absolutely was
Oh
me.
no, I feel like there's some other people there that would say
There
something like
was.
that.
Uh, Terry said it to you too.
No,
Yeah,
Terry said, "Damn, Jack, you bring a different girl here every night of the week."
that's basically the same thing.
Yeah, the same thing, and that's
Thankfully,
scary.
both
So
times they were with you,
Yeah.
that
and not
sounds
like.
like it's scary for you. So
But I also know better than to bring a date to JP's.
I should hope so. We
And
would
if
be
I do bring a
merciless.
date, she's going to be prepped on who everybody is,
Yeah.
and not to talk to anybody.
Uh huh.
And it's going to be like the third or fourth time.
Okay. So I have
And
my
you
own
all will be
warning label,
warned
though,
to be
right?
nice.
I
What?
have to be nice. I know how to be nice. Come on.
Sometimes. You've been nice today.
I know how. I told you I know how to behave. I just don't. There's a big difference.
Oh, but back to the story. So this lady's griping at me the whole night, and I'm getting fed up with her. And I messed up a question, and it got in my head. You know, you messed up a question before, I'm sure, right?
Right. Of
And
course.
and then you start fact checking everything.
Right. I got to fact check myself every time. Then.
Yeah, and then you get in your head, and it's terrible. And it was the question I had. I didn't even really mess it up. It was one of the seven wonders of the world. I didn't know there was old wonders and new wonders.
Yes. There's the wonders of the ancient world and the new ones.
I didn't know that. And Derek was the one that pointed out. You remember Derek?
Yeah.
Nicest guy in the world.
Oh, so nice.
I miss him. He was a good guy.
Yeah, he was.
Um, but anyway, she's just yapping at me and yapping at me and yapping at me. And I was like, this is 20 questions in. She's still doing this. And she said something about how I was just pulling answers out of my ass. The question she didn't like was what color is a giraffe's tongue?
Right. Which everybody knew right off the bat.
And she had to fight with me that it was purple. It was black.
It's black. It's not purple.
It's not purple.
It's black.
It's so dark purple that it's black. Is what she
Yes.
tried to tell me. And
No.
I told her no. I said my answer is right. And after almost 2 hours of this, she said, "Don't take so fucking long next time."
Oh
I remember
God.
the question. It was a song lyric, and it was something from Big Green Tractor.
Yeah.
And it took a while. And we had some time to play with. It was like 8:45. We had time to play with three
Right.
questions.
Because then you got to try to stretch it out when you're going too fast too.
Right. As long as it's done by 9:15, we're good.
Right.
And she said something about hurry the fuck up. And I slammed my fist down on the table and I yelled, enough!
She made you snap.
Have you ever seen me get mad?
No,
Am I normally the easiest going guy there?
you are.
And I had enough. I wasn't drunk, but I was feeling nice. I had a little buzz going. I hit the table, enough. You've been griping at me since the first question. I don't want to hear it anymore. Her
Oh
face,
my God, you became a cranky old man.
well, I had to.
Yeah, you did.
Her face, she saw a ghost. She ran up to the counter, paid her bill, and ran out the door.
And then you two were at war for months
We
afterwards.
get along now.
Yeah, now you get along.
We get along now. And then I yelled at another guy that everybody wants to yell at.
Oh, yeah, I might have yelled at that guy. No, they know better than to try me, though.
You were there, Emily, for that one.
Oh yeah.
That's not a fair question. You know what the question was?
What was it?
Let me get the exact wording of it for you. I mean,
It was something.
hold on. I'll get the exact wording of it. What state was the first McDonald's in?
Oh, that's it. Damn it, don't I know that? Isn't it like, is it Illinois?
No, it's California.
Huh. Well,
The-
I was
It was
wrong.
founded in Illinois, but the
Okay,
first location was in California.
okay.
He comes up griping at me about it, and I said, the first location. And he goes, well, that's not a fair question. I said, I'm not playing your games today.
I'm not playing your games.
Is that
Hey,
not
dude, they
exactly what I
wanna-
said, Emily?
Yeah.
And I said it aggressively. I mean, you don't see me get mad very often, do you? I mean, you're around me more than just about anybody.
Oh, you are very easygoing. You really are.
I try to be. But
Well,
Emily,
no,
I mean,
it wasn't like you were mad. You were just like,
not dealing with
I'm not gonna like mess with you
There
today.
are a select few people that are pain to deal with.
that was the night you guys weren't there. Not one of you guys on the outside team showed up.
Was it the night it snowed?
Yeah, but I drove from St. Charles just fine.
Yeah, it snowed. I was staying in. Remember, I wrecked cars when it's
Oh yeah,
perfectly
you don't know how to
dry
drive.
out. Oh, well, yeah, we're not doing that.
The other time we hosted, they gave away a freaking hand dryer as one of the prizes.
I remember that.
My grandpa's friend won it.
I absolutely remember them giving away that hand dryer. Things that only happen in a hole in the wall bar.
Yep. Was that the same time they were trying to tell me how to run trivia and I didn't like it?
Yeah.
Might have been.
Yeah, that was rough. I don't like being told how to do things when I know what I'm doing.
Right. Remember when they wanted to overhaul the whole process of how we do trivia?
Yeah, we were gonna go to the meeting and start a riot.
Yeah, me and you were gonna flip tables.
We were too. We were. I was planning on going. I was ready to go, and they canceled it.
Right. And then nobody brought it up again.
See, the problem was the guy that causes it to be longer than it should be was the one complaining about it being too long.
Right.
Which
So
that's not how that works.
yeah, that's not how that works at all.
You don't get to complain and then
Be the
suggest,
problem.
oh, let's do this to be faster when really you're the reason we're slow.
I have no problem. Sometimes I get out 25 questions. I look down, it's only 8:15.
Yeah. It's supposed to go to 9.
Yeah,
But
I don't always make it to 9, but they do like it that I go so fast.
I like it when you do that because then you hang out for a while.
Yeah,
And usually you have to leave as soon as it's done when it goes till 9:30.
yeah. But
Who
no,
was the one you don't have to say his name, but there was always somebody that would go to like 9:30.
who was that?
Was that our buddy that got stuck on his roof?
No, that's not our buddy that got stuck on the roof.
We're big fans of him.
Yes.
He's a
Yeah,
good
we're all 3 peas in a pod, basically.
I sat down one time in front of him and I was bugging him. I was just kind of poking at him.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what I was doing. He's like, would you let me count? And I said, okay. And I sat down on the stool across from him and just had a big old smile on my face.
Oh, you are an instigator like that.
I know. I just had that big shit-eating grin on my face. And Morgan was with me that night. He looks up and he's ready to strangle me. he, he he puts his arm out on her and I don't know why. Normally she doesn't like when people do that, but he didn't care when Dan did it. But he walks her over and says, "Will you get rid of him?"
You had him all flustered.
I
He
got it really
normally does
good.
it to himself.
You know the question he tried to be creative with last week?
Yep.
Yeah, I came in and really instigated. He was not happy. I went back and apologized. I was like, "Hey, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to piss you off. I'm sorry." And he goes, "No, I shouldn't have snapped." I said, "I didn't realize you were being that. You were that. Where I wouldn't have done it if I knew you were that stressed
Right.
out."
Right. And he stresses himself out
Well, he
sometimes.
doesn't. He hosts by himself,
Right. Which is why I won't host by myself.
and he also his questions are the best. He doesn't have a plan. He just has a spreadsheet of like 400 questions,
Right. He just goes by the seat of his pants.
and it works. It's fun. We have a good time when he
Yeah.
goes.
And
We need to get him
9:30,
on
I
here.
believe, is our fake British friend.
Yeah, we need to get an episode with you and our stuck on the roof friend.
Oh yes, we do.
Do
We
you know who
do
I'm
that.
talking about, Emily?
Yeah, you told me about that.
We need to get the two of them on here together.
Right. Because in
He
real
wants to
life
come
it's
on.
not bad enough.
He wants to come. You behave with him though,
I do.
because you can't say the stuff you can to our buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I can't I don't say stuff like that. I know my audience. That's how you that's what I said. I know how to behave with certain people, you know?
that would be a fun episode with you and him.
Well, me, you two got me. That's enough of itself. I'm a loose cannon. We're lucky I behaved this long.
Well, there was also the hour and a half that we didn't record.
This is true.
Yeah.
I wasn't that bad then either.
You
I
were pretty well behaved.
I
I mean,
had to I had to practice, not get myself right, slip and say something I shouldn't.
we got on a call about 3 hours ago,
Yeah, we
Mhm.
did.
and we have about 45 minutes of content.
Overachievers, that's what we are.
See, this is the problem when we do Zoom interviews, is we have all these breaks, and then we start getting sidetracked.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
forget we're supposed to be recording, and then we have to start the call over again. The only time I've ever had it like this in person was the new guys, and you weren't there, Emily, because the computer kept crashing.
Yeah.
It's like if I'm going to save it, and then we start talking, and then we look up, and it was almost. They got there at 6:15. I want to say, Grandma. They
Uh-huh.
left about 11.
Oh yeah,
That was the one episode she wasn't on.
that is a long time to
We need to
record.
get Drew on here again.
Okay.
Get him in the Third Timers Club.
Oh,
We
you do it like your SNL?
more like the Rizzuto show, but yeah. But the problem is we don't actually keep track. We don't actually know who's been here how many times.
We
That
can
sounds
go
about
back
right.
and look.
Well, the other thing is there's been times where there's people in the room that were we mentioned, but we don't know who was there.
That doesn't count.
Yeah,
But they
that
would say like Hurricane would say a couple words.
That doesn't count.
no, that doesn't count. It's got to be full on engaged in the
So
process.
Casey's the most repeat guest.
Yeah.
It's like 6 or 7.
Right.
And then Olivia's been on 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
She might be one of, if not my all-time favorite non-celebrity guest.
Yeah.
She's awesome. This girl from Argentina we've had on a couple times. She's the sweetest person in the world. She's awesome. I drove up to school to help her move. There's like 3 people I'd go up there to help move.
Yeah, moving, that is a favor that you only get to ask of somebody a certain number of times.
I offered.
Okay. Okay, that's on you then.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like there's very, very few people I would offer to come drive an hour to help you move for 30 minutes to go back home.
Right. That rule also applies to asking people to take you and or pick you up from the airport. You get to ask that favor a limited number of times.
I need to find a ride to the airport.
Yeah, not me.
I wasn't going to ask you.
Me and that airport do not get along.
You don't do good with
No, I do fine. It's just when I have to pick people up and I'm driving round and round and round.
I need a ride there. I'm probably just going to drive it might be easier just to drive myself.
It's probably easier to drive and park it.
I don't want to, but I'm trying to find a ride. Problem is, none of my friends live in Eureka anymore.
Yeah, I would say you could Uber, but
That
would
costs way more than just parking
Yeah.
there.
right. It'd be cheaper just to park.
Are you in Eureka, peeps?
Oh, of course I am.
I could call Derek Pratt.
You should.
He
They
lives
say
like
he's
three
good.
houses down from me.
Yeah, they say he's really good.
I mean, he lives down the street from me.
Hey, there you go.
I've never met him, but I've heard he lives on my street.
And he always gets good reviews.
Maybe he could sponsor us.
Oh, you're looking for a sponsor now.
I would love some sponsors.
Yeah, well, who wouldn't? Or at least advertisement.
JP's won't sponsor me.
They will. Yeah, they'll sponsor us all to stay away. You all are limited to one night a week. Choose wisely.
You need to come out more
Why do I need to come out more?
because you're fun. Come out on Saturday nights too.
Oh no, that is the number one night I am staying myself at home because
Why?
I am too much fun. No, it's not me I'm worried about. It's other people you got to worry about being idiots.
It's true. Yeah,
And they get
it's
worse on Saturday.
it turns into a college bar on Saturdays,
Yeah.
or
I
it's
don't-
dead. There's no in between.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Or that's like when all the college kids are home on break and we're trying to do trivia and they're all up in there.
Yeah. Well, we got a minute 30 left on this timer, and they said they don't want to do any more segments. So we're gonna wrap this up here. Tanya, do you use social media at all?
Yep.
What?
I've got a Facebook. Come on.
I know you got Facebook. I mean, you got Instagram, TikTok, any of that stuff.
Yeah, I got TikTok.
You post videos.
Sometimes, not very often.
All right, we'll link it in the description.
All right.
All right, Tanya, you've been a lot of fun today.
See, I behaved myself. Just
You
like
did
I promised
behave.
I
You
We're
would.
did.
definitely gonna have you on again.
Right, because I told you I know how to act.
You do know how to act, and this has been a fun episode. We've had a lot of fun.
Yes, we
Really
covered
proved
everything.
herself as how much she can act.
And there's no editing I have to do. I just have to clip everything together.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was good.
You were good. Well, Tanya, thanks for coming on today. Emily, thanks for being
You're
here again.
welcome.
Hopefully, sooner than later, we'll be in person. We're trying to
Yeah.
figure out that schedule.
All
We're,
right.
we're already 2 days late uploading this one. So we'll figure something out. But other than that, we'll be back next week. We'll see y'all next time.